Welcome. Welcome. It is Leah Ray with Digital Trailblazer. Let's talk about how to get your very first clients. There are an infinite, it feels like, number of coaches and people who are online trying to get coaching clients or to sell their digital courses or products. And what I'm going to walk you through today is how to actually do that successfully to get those first clients through the door, because that's what unlocks everything else. So as you jump on, say hello. Let me know you are here with me tonight and where you're watching from, because that's always fun. And we always have like an unofficial, hey Matthew, good to see you. We always have like an unofficial competition between the different platforms, because we got our Facebook group where most of our awesome people are, but we also are dual streaming to a few other places on YouTube and LinkedIn and other folks and other Facebook groups and different places. So say hi, let me know you're with me tonight, and let's rock and roll. Okay, because do you want some clients? Yeah, your day. Drop some yeses. Let's jump on in here. I'm going to try to get my computer caught up with your comments. Hi, Kimberly. Good to see you. Okay. So, all right. Yeah, my phone doesn't give the comments. I always have to open it on my computer for some reason. Hello from Chicago. Hey, Jessica. Good to see you. Tina. Good. Okay. Alabama. Love it. I have a good friend in Alabama. Good. All right. So let's dive in. Okay. So there's a little bit of pre-work, but the whole point of this is to get sales as quickly as possible. So I'm not going to have you do a whole bunch of like laying the foundation kind of back work. This is like some bare bones stuff, and then get out there and start making some sales, because we want, within a week, 2 weeks, let's get in some clients. Now, that being said, we're not talking about a big old, if you don't have the course ready or anything yet, that's not what we're talking about. Right now we're just getting clients. So the fastest way is just to take on some one-on-one clients when you're first getting started. That's how you can get revenue started. It's how you can test some of your concepts and some of your coaching. And for a lot of people, it just makes sense to start with one-on-one coaching, get some clients in, work with them for a little bit, and then create a digital course or then create a group coaching program. Hey, Paula, good to see you. So that's what we're talking about here, is just getting those one-on-one clients, get some clients in the door, start making some money, get a boost in revenue and in confidence, because now you're working with people. Now, a fallacy or a myth or a problem that I see some people have. Now, you want testimonials and you want to work with people and everything else, but you do not want to offer this for free. When you're starting to work with people, you still don't do it for free. Because, ladies and gentlemen, if they don't pay for it, they're not going to value it. And if they don't value it, they're not going to do the things you're teaching them and coaching them to do, which would actually lead to a result. And if you're going to get a testimonial, they have to get a good result. So that means you have to sell it. Okay. You have to sell it. Sorry, my hair is like tickling my ear or my nose. Ear. Geez. It's a long day. Ear, nose, whatever. It's fine. So let's break this down really simple. And the first thing is needing your messaging really dialed in. So your messaging has to be on point, on the result you're going to help people achieve. People do not want information. They want a result. I don't want to learn about a ketogenic diet. I want to lose 30 pounds. Which would people are willing to pay for a result, not for the learning or education or information. Okay. So if you've set this up, if you are looking to do this from a standpoint of information and education, that's not how you sell something like this. Okay. It's about a transformation. It's about a result that they're looking for. Losing weight, making money, not getting divorced if it's a relationship thing, or finding their soulmate, or like whatever. It's result focused. So what is that result? Really dial in that messaging and make sure that result is very, very clear. Example, we did a live, for all y'all who've been around for a while, you may have seen this summer. We did a live training, a live workshop in our group. And we had people from all over, and we had a lady who literally said, for Pete's sake, drop your link already. My credit card is burning a hole in my hand. It was like the day 5 or something of a challenge. And that's what we're talking about. That's when your messaging is powerful. When they hear that and they're like, oh, I got to work with her. That's awesome. That's the kind of response you want from your results. So what is your messaging? So dial that messaging in. What is the result you're going to help people achieve with this one-on-one coaching? And then number two, who exactly are you helping? Because if you help everybody, you help nobody. Nobody's going to hear you. No one is going to resonate with your message if you are trying to message this to everyone. You must narrow this down and get very, very specific. I help working moms. I help stay-at-home dads. I help retirees or soon-to-be retirees, right? Who are the people that you help? Why is this so important? Because all of your messaging is going to be specifically speaking to this person, and you better know them inside and out, clearly. And it helps you figure out where to find them. You're not going to know where to find them if you don't know who they are. So, no, messaging really dialed in and who exactly you're working with. Okay. Because you got to enter into the conversations that are already going on in their mind. That means you need to know who they are and where they're hanging out online or offline. Offline is not off limits if you want to get some sales. All right. So we're going to talk about this. So create a really good offer. Now, this is before I'm going to tell you to be doing stuff, right? If you want to get clients right away, the offer itself has to be good. You are not going to jump out there and be like $10,000 for this, blah, 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 blah. If you don't have any clients yet, if you don't have massive amounts of testimonials, you should absolutely not be charging $10,000. Even if you know in your heart of hearts that it's worth $10,000, that is not where you start. You start this simpler. You start this lower priced. Okay. So start this at a smaller price point. Maybe it's $1,800. Maybe, it's $2,500, whatever, but it's gotta be so no brainer. You want to price this at the beginning so it's a no brainer. Yes. You want this to be super simple yeses. That's your goal when you're first getting started. So you're going to pile on the value that they're going to receive from you, and you're going to severely discount that initial price for the first couple clients because you want to get them in the door. You don't do it for free because they need to value it. So they got to pay something for it, but they got to pay for it. But discount the price so that it's just easy to sell, that it just makes sense. If you've got a really discounted price, you've got a great message, a great result you're going to help people achieve, and you've just piled on massive value onto this offer, then it is a duh. Like when you make your pitch, when you offer this to someone, you want them to be like, oh, I would be stupid if I didn't do this. That's the kind of result you want to have. So make sure that you just really pile this on and discount the price. So don't be going for, go for what you're worth eventually, not at the beginning. At the beginning, severe discount because you need to get testimonials. You need to make this simple. Testimonials are what allow you to increase that price. So you can't do that yet. That's later down the road. All right. Now, how do we get the actual sales? The fastest way to get your first clients is interacting with your direct target audience. Okay. Now there's several ways. We're going to walk through 1, 2, 3, 4 different options for you to do that. And all 4 of them work great and are working for a lot of people to generate revenue and get these first clients through the door. So number 1, you might be surprised, but networking. Okay. Networking in online and potentially offline networking or meetup groups. If your target audience is why it's important to know who you're serving, right? If your target audience goes to these events, then get your butt in those events. Because if you have an opportunity to have a one-on-one conversation with someone in your target market, you are silly if you don't take that opportunity when you're first getting started. Absolutely take that opportunity. Connect with them. Just connect with them. Make that real, authentic connection. And that is where a lot of initial clients come from, is being real and showing up where your people are. So networking events, online, offline. I was just talking to someone, they're doing 6 figures a year, full-time, from home, complete freedom. And he's now teaching his son how to do the same thing. Do you know how he got his first clients? He joined his local chamber of commerce. Why? Because his target audience were small businesses. So he didn't spend time just doing all of this, I don't want to talk to someone. I need him to fill out a form. I'm going to SEO rank my website and blah, 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 blah. He's like, no, I want clients like tomorrow. Hey, look, tomorrow there's a Chamber of Commerce meeting and my clients would be at that meeting. I should go there and introduce myself. Simple, right? So don't overthink this. And you can do this remote. You don't have, you could have pajama bottoms on, just have a nice shirt on. Wash your face, brush your hair, and you can do this online. Go to Meetup, the Meetup app. They have tons of networking events. There's we've actually been on some. There's some really good free online networking events all day, every day. So do your research, find some of those if your target audience would potentially be at those events. Okay. Number 2, online communities and groups. Online communities and groups, a really great place to connect with people. Again, it's networking. If you're wanting the fastest way to go, if you're able to connect with your marketing or your target audience, and you've got a marketing message that's really dialed in, and you have the opportunity to talk to people who are your target audience online, it can go really fast. Now, is this my favorite way to go? No, unless you're in my group, then I love you and you're already my people. So I will absolutely talk to you. But it is legit. And there are people that will turn around things really fast. However, you have to go into every conversation authentically and not be like it. I always want to roll my eyes when I get a message, a friend request and a message in Messenger. And because I ask people, why'd you send me a friend request? Basically, right? When they send me a friend request. And I just roll my eyes when their response is, I like to connect with like-minded individuals. Y'all, that's a script that's been around since the internet started. Please stop. And it was probably before the internet started, but it's at least been here the whole time that the internet's been here. So please don't use that line. It's like a red flag, like you're just waving your red flag vigorously saying, I'm only connecting with you because I want to pitch you something. Just make a real connection. And if it leads somewhere, awesome. Okay. But networking is great. And if you're combining that, just making the warm connection, not even pitching in Messenger, but you're also doing posts that can have a more stronger call to action, that can work really well for folks. Another number 3, to get your very first clients, podcast guesting. This is where you go on other people's podcasts and get in front of their audience. Now, how do you know that a podcast has good potential for you? Well, making sure that it's not like somebody who just set up a studio in his basement is not promoting it anywhere and has no following. That's not going to be worth your time, potentially, unless you're going to sell to the host, which I've honestly done, or I've had sales calls booked from those kind of calls before because they ended up needing my help and we had a real conversation. But you want to see that they're going to promote it. So maybe it's a new podcast, but they have a big following on other places that they can promote it to. That's great. But who's their target audience? Who are watching? Who can they promote this to? That's really important because I want to get in front of my target audience. If they don't speak to my target audience, it's probably not worth my time. So if, for example, it doesn't have to be perfectly aligned. Like I teach marketing and I teach sales systems and sales strategies and all kinds of stuff. I'm not only going to go on podcasts that are about marketing and sales. I'm not, right? Or that only teach coaches how to sell their programs or something. That wouldn't make sense. But I want to go to a podcast that has an audience that there's going to be overlap. That if it's like a Pat Flynn type audience, yeah, there's a lot of people in his audience that are potentially also my audience, my target offer, or my target audience for my offer. So that would be a podcast I would absolutely go on. I would even go on things that aren't directly related. For example, if there was a podcast about women in business and telling their stories about being a mom and having a 6 or 7 figure business, yeah, I would go on that podcast. Now, would I be talking all about marketing strategies and stuff? Probably not. I'm probably talking more about our story and our family and me more inspirational and motivational. but I'm going to be introduced to women who are my potential target audience. There's going to be people in that audience. There's going to be overlap to people that could be a prospect for me. Okay. So think about that. Like, we've interviewed people who on our podcast that's launching on the 21st. Hope you're ready. It's going to be awesome. We have interviewed people who are health coaches, and we've brought them on our podcast. Our podcast is Digital Trailblazer Podcast. It's sharing the stories of people who are building online businesses. Now, why would a health coach come on our podcast? Well, guess what? If they speak to postmenopausal women, or women in their 30s or 40s, or dads, or whatever, we have so many of those in our audience. So even if you're coming on a business podcast, but your business is about health, if there's overlap with who that audience is, that's still really good exposure and can lead you to generate leads and make sales. So, speaking of which, I am taking applications for more podcast guests. We're launching on the 21st, and we are going to be, we are going to be publishing, I think that's the right word, right? Publishing multiple episodes a week. We are rocking and rolling with this hard. So you make sure if we haven't had a conversation yet to see if you're a good fit for the podcast, just type in guest. Oh no, type in me. That's what I put. Me. Type in me in the comments. Let's chat. Let's see what you got going on, and we'll see if you're a good fit for the podcast. Okay. Like I said, it's about people who are building online businesses. So just do that. Absolutely. Type in me and I'll get you the application. If you're on YouTube or LinkedIn, the link is right in the description. So you can just click on that and apply. But let's give you that opportunity. But that was number 3 for getting your first clients really fast. The 4th one is my favorite. I'm not gonna lie. It's lead generation, a basic lead generation ad. So who is this good for? If you are someone who's really busy, like at work, you've got a good job, you work potentially long hours, maybe you got a family at home as well, and you don't have a ton of time to network with people, well, this is a really, really good solution. A basic lead gen ad. So this is something where you would offer your freebie on Instagram, on Facebook with as an ad. And it's your tip sheet for XYZ or whatever. And when they opt in for it, collect their name, email, and phone number, all 3 of those things. Now they get on your email list. Your email list will continue to follow up and nurture them. But now you have their phone number. You can call them. You can text them. See what's going on and see if you can potentially help them. In addition to that, invite them to a Facebook group where you give good value, where you're offering resources, more freebies, more training, more whatever that really speaks to your target audience. Love on them in these scenarios. And then that's where you can get a ton of clients. So we help a lot of our clients get that set up right out of the gate. They're like, I don't have time for networking. I don't have time to mess around. I just want to, I'll talk to someone if they're a lead already. Great. Let's help you set that up, right? Let's set up a really good lead gen funnel that continues to move them one step closer to you and to a sale. And then let's also set up a really good ad. We've had people, they're getting leads for $1, $2, $3 a lead, often in very competitive spaces. So this can be very, very profitable, even when you're just getting started and you're just kind of, slowly pushing things out just to bring in a couple clients. So I highly suggest that you get started today. Right after this, even if the one action item you took, well, 2 action items. 1, you should type in guest in the comments. If we haven't talked about being a guest on the podcast yet, let's do that right away, because that's a really easy one. And we're going to promote you to about 200,000 people. So if you think that your target audience could reside inside our almost 200,000 people, then type in guest and we'll see if you're a good fit for the podcast. So that's one easy, super duper easy action item that you can do tonight. Second, I want you to go to Meetup and just look for networking events, virtual if you want to stay home. Look for some networking events that speak to your target audience. and set your calendar and attend. Attend. Just make those authentic connections and be ready to say what you do and the result you help people achieve. That simple. And you can have people who have the credit cards burning a hole in their hand, just like the lady at the beginning of this, right? With the story from our workshop. That's what you want to create. So create authentic connections. Connect with your target audience no matter where they are online. That is the theme here, ladies and gentlemen. Connecting with your target audience wherever they are. Get out there, make a real connection. Tina, I'm a beginner and not yet set up. All right, well, let's talk, see what's going on. Good. Hey, Paula. Okay, Georgia, I love it. Kimberly. So every Monday, I'm going to be back here next Monday, and I'm going to do another training for you for free on whatever topic gets you excited. So in the comments, type in what you are most interested in learning. Recent topics that I've done. I recently did, if you haven't seen it, it's a really good one in here. Like if I had to start over from scratch and get to 6 figures as soon as possible, that was a recent one I did. I've done free lead gen strategies, closing strategies, all kinds of different things, how to launch strategy. So anything that you think would be most helpful for you for building, launching, scaling your digital course or coaching program or consulting business, throw it in the comments and I will put it in consideration for next Monday, because every Monday at 7 p.m., I am here to serve you. If you are not yet in our Facebook group, so all y'all watching on this camera, basically, then you absolutely want to type in group, and I'll get you the link to that, because you want to follow through and join us here, because this is where the cool kids hang out. Let's be real. These are our peoples here, and this camera is our peoples. So you want to come join the cool kids. Hey, Michael, good to see you. All right, ladies and gentlemen, next Monday, okay, 7 Eastern, 6 Central, 4 Pacific time, I will be back with whatever cool topic someone throws out here that I want to jump into. So I'll see y'all next Monday. Have a blessed one. Bye.